Oh, hello there, Internet, and welcome to your favorite place to be on a Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock or whatever time it is, wherever you are. It is I, your host with I hope the most for you today, Andrew, your resident neighborhood DEVCYCLE developer advocate. And on today's stream, we are going to be doing what every good show does every once in a while, and we are going to be doing a little bit of a review show. We're going to be going back through some of our favorite and least favorite feature foci. Not feature foci. We're here for Does It Toggle, for our favorite Does It Toggle streams. So you can sort of provide your feedback and we can remember some of the awesome things that we have done over the past year. It's crazy. All right, let me start that intro again. Hey everybody, and welcome to Does It Toggle? I'm your host, Andrew, and on today's stream, we are going to be looking at some of our favorite frameworks and the frameworks that flopped for us, the ones we loved and what we left behind here on Does It Toggle. I'm going to give you a little bit more in just a minute, but before I do that, I kind of want to explain my background today because you'll notice I don't have my classic green screen. Instead, my hands are like disappearing. There's a reason for that, but first off, I just want to make sure audio's good, video's good. I might grab like a cloth to like clean my camera, and then I'm going to explain this backdrop here. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to step off of frame for 1 second and I'm going to grab my cleaning cloth. So give me 1 second. All right, we're back. If you're in chat, please say hello, because I don't know if you're there. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you're watching. I'm gonna just put my, so I don't have my favorite glasses cleaning cloth. I have like an unfavorite glasses cleaning cloth, but we're gonna use this and I think it should do the job because we're looking a little bit smoky, I wanna say, a little bit blurry. I think that should help. That's helping. That looks a lot better. And then I can play around with some settings over here. What if I reset this? Do I want to do autofocus? Autofocus, I find, sometimes it does okay. That's doing okay. Let's jump into things. Let me get my focus on so nobody's pinging me. Gonna close that down. Close that down. I got a bunch of stuff open here right now that I don't need. I'm also going to do a quick check while we're waiting. I'm going to go over and see what it's like on X right now. All right, we're live here. Can I hear myself? Ooh, they're super echoey, hey? Which one am I using? Yeah, I'm using the right one. And I'm not going to just... We'll see. Let me know how the audio sounds to you. Different microphone, different setup today. It will all make sense. Oh, that echo cancellation just totally got rid of it. Oh, well, that's better. It's better. Yeah. All right, I'm happy with that. Echo cancellation must be off to use stereo audio. Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm game. All right, so like I said, on today's stream, we are going to be looking at sort of some of the frameworks that we have played around with in the past. But before we do that, I want to explain exactly what's going on with my very Star Trek theme background. And I love that, like, where my name is right now over here is like hiding the logo, so we won't have to worry about any of that stuff. So I'm going to pull up my Twitter account because it'll all make sense over there, especially. So let me pull up Twitter, close all of these. I got so many things open right now. Holy moly. Let's get a screen share going though. X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Let's share our screen. We're going to share a, do I want to share the full window or just the screen? I think that I'm going to share Screen, window. Oh, I guess I can this one. No, it's this one. We're going to share this. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to bump myself up to this guy. No, not that one. Where is it? Is it this one? Ah, there we go. So, and then I think I can lean back here. Ooh, there we go. So, let's go over to my Twitter, my X, and lots of notifications in here. Look at that, it's me. And I actually want to go to a post that I put up yesterday, which was inviting people to read some blogs. So, if you don't know who Jim Bennett is, Jim is the head of developer advocacy over at Get Pieces. If you've never heard of Get Pieces, you definitely have not watched enough of my streams. But Pieces is long-term memory for your developer work stream, which is just like the marketing for this now, but basically think of it as like a way to host local LLMs on your device. So like you want to have ChatGPT, but you want it to be air-gapped, you want it to be like on device. That's kind of what this is. But think of it as kind of, like the memory. It's long-term memory for your AI. Or your Copilot stuff. So that is what Pieces is. And Jim at a conference recently did building a Copilot using Pieces, and the Copilot was Star Wars themed. Amazing. Star Wars themed. It was great. Jim did like a very funny Yoda impression, which sounds a lot like his Cookie Monster impression. But Jim did that, and we chatted, and we were like, what if we did like a collaboration? And so he had done this conference talk about how to build this this LLM that utilized these like it's basically called like a system prompt. And so what I did was I was like, well, Star Trek is great, but like, or Star Wars is great, but like Star Trek is way better than Star Wars. And so I actually on Wednesday this week, we published like dueling blogs over on the DEVCYCLE.com. So Jim's post is over here on DEVCYCLE.com. And this is all about how to use the Star Wars Copilot, how to build it out. And he was doing it using C, or C#, I should say, and sort of using DevCycle to control which of the LLMs and like which of the versions that you were seeing. So like there's I think he had like a Luke Skywalker inspired one, a Yoda inspired one, like a Darth Vader inspired one. But like, that's fine. Oh yeah. Was it? Oh, R2-D2, Yoda, and Darth Vader. Okay, that makes more sense. So I did one that was published over on the Pieces blog. Oh, and it's already been defeated. There we go. Which is creating a Star Trek inspired Gen AI Copilot using Pieces of DevCycle. So very similar, obviously in concept, but mine, instead of obviously doing the Star Trek characters, I had 3 different versions. So I had a Q. So if you know Q from Star Trek, I guess this is kind of like, is it as blurry as it looks like on here? Hold on. It looks really blurry, but that might just be the monitor that I'm using. I can't really tell. Is it that blurry? I don't need to see that. DevCycle. It is a bit blurry, hey? It's not that bad. I can deal. Okay, so close that. But anyways, so my 3 were, the first one was Q from Star Trek The Next Generation. Second one was Dr. Leonard McCoy from the original series. And so Q was using just ChatGPT, so GPT 4.0. McCoy was using Claude. And the final one, the Borg, we're using Llama 3. So like, a very cool concept. But here's the problem that I have with all of this. So these are these awesome blog posts that are out there. But I did a poll. There's a poll over there. And if you look at this poll is not going the direction that I think it should be going. Look at this poll. 8 votes, an hour left. Live long and prosper got 1 freaking vote. Where's my Star Trek people at? Who is actually a bigger fan of Star Trek than Star Wars? Like, what is this business? This should be longer. What What is going? Did I put the wrong links in here? Did you not understand what live long and prosper meant? Come on, people. If you are here watching, I'm going to share this tweet. This is the tweet. I'm going to put it in chat. Put it in chat right now. Y'all need to go over and you need to visit this link, which I think you should be able to go to. Just go to the DEVCYCLE blog. Go here. This is all you need to do. Or not the DEVCYCLE blog, but go to the DEVCYCLE. Go over to our X channel. It's also over on LinkedIn. I think I also put it up on somewhere else too. But go over here and do what you should have done and vote for Star Trek. It's what you want to do. You know it is. Why are you not over there doing it? Head over x.com/DevCycleHQ. Scroll. I'm going to pin this even. Can I pin it? Pin. So this is what you should be voting on. This is the proper decision. The proper decision is live long and prosper. I think I'm the only one that voted on this. So what are you doing, people? Get over there, vote for this, but also go and read them. And let me know if it works for you, actually. That's true, too. So in both of these, what's great about both of these blogs, I know we're not getting into Does It All yet, but I still think this is cool. So in mine, where is it? Where do I actually do the link to the repo? There's a link to the repo somewhere. I use so many emojis. Or GIFs. GIFs? What do you say? Is it GIFs or GIFs? Okay, let me get rid of this comment too. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, got rid of that comment. Where's my repo? It's GitHub. No. Do I have to? No, I don't have to. GitHub. Where is it? Where is the repo? Steps to set up the experiment. Okay, yes. Yes, set up your application. Where's the companion repository? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Ha, there we go. Okay, awesome. So here's the repository. And you can actually spin this up. Has anybody started yet? Why is nobody starting? I'm going to start myself. Starred. Get in there and start this repository. Head on over here. I'm going to send this link over to you too. Go over here and start this repository. What are you doing? I wonder if Jim's has been starred. I bet you it has. Go over to this repository and give it a star. But has Jim's been done? Where are we going? Experiment. Snippet link. No, we don't want that. Where are we going? My GitHub. He got a star. I'm even going to give him a star. Look at that. Maybe he probably gave himself a star too. Maybe Pieces did. I don't know. It's worth a star. Give him a star. Give me a star. Show some love over there. Ooh, we got a little Wi-Fi signal here. It's my Wi-Fi. It's telling me my connection is unstable. Internet speed test. Let's see how fast our internet is. I'm not going to do it over on that screen though. Okay, 100 down. I bet you it's 1 up or something like that. So here's what I'm doing right now. So it's not super fast up. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. If you're watching, by the way, we got people on Twitch. You should definitely be up here and having a conversation. We've got people on X. Say something. See something, say something. See something here and say something here. Okay, so that's the explanation for my background, which I know you all really, really cared about, and we're noticing a lot. But today's stream is not that. Today's stream is this. So today's stream is all about some of our favorite and floppy frameworks that we have looked at. And to add this as a bonus, we're actually going to watch some clips and I'm going to see how well it shares. I have a feeling it's going to be really bad quality, but we're going to try it. So I'm going to close that too. I'm going to head over to YouTube. We're also going to see which performed the best. I want to see which performed the best. All right, let's go into here. And first things first, we're going to go to our channel. And obviously I'm streaming here right now, but we're going to go over to our playlists. And we've got playlists for all of these things. DevTools, DevCools, Does It Toggle? So I'm going to just share this tab for a second. I'm going to stop my screen share, and then I'm going to share just the tab. Share screen, because I want to share audio. I think it's this one. Ooh, why is it so... Can I make that... Can I like change the size so it gets the right... Hold on. Okay, I can. Good. So we're going to resize our window a little bit. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So, if we look at all of the streams that are in this series, so we've done a lot over the past, like 37. There's been 37 of these. I genuinely can't believe that. I didn't feel like I've been doing these that long, but apparently I have. So moving my screen a little bit closer, which means I might get a little bit louder. So apologies for that. Okay, so what have we done? And again, let me know if it's like, I think it's actually fine. I feel like I'm used to using a different screen, and I'm using a different screen today. Okay. So let's go here. So first one, actually, should we go back to the very beginning? Like the very, very beginning? Chat, let me know. If you don't care, that's okay too. Back before my channel art got good. Yeah, so this is interesting. So I remember, was that really the first one of these that I ever did?
Hello.
Look at that. So I remember, I went to the, hold on.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to
How's the quality?
Toggle.
We don't need that. 360.
A live coding.
Are you hearing that?
With the DEVCYCLE team. My name's Andrew. I
feel like
am your DEVCYCLE developer advocate extraordinaire, and excited to have you with me today for our first ever Does It Toggle stream.
Okay. So
if you're just happening upon
I make it like
stream,
really low quality, like 144p.
and you're asking yourself, what is Does It Toggle, and why would DEVCYCLE need a live coding stream? Well, I'm here to tell you that right now. So Does It Toggle is a stream where you get to struggle along with me as we
it's so funny. I'm like talking over myself. Wow. Hold on. Okay. I can't watch it at 144p, but like we will be able to hear it and watch it, which is cool. Okay. So this was the first one that we ever did, and I feel like this was a good stream because if I remember correctly, this all went pretty smoothly. I think. Like I really like Leaf. If you don't know this, I really enjoy coding in PHP. I don't know why. There's just something about it. Maybe it's just like the first one that I understood. And so this was like the first one that I ever did, and it went really well. And I think it maybe inspired me to do more. So that was number one. And then we kind of kept going. So the second one, I think the second Does It Toggle I think I did this with Vic. So this was before
side by side.
I really figured out like what this show was. And like I was trying a bunch of different things and like bring different people on. I haven't done a lot of Does It Toggles where it's been like somebody else along with me. And so I find it kind of interesting. Hold on, because I'm leaning back now. That's okay. Yeah, you're like watching me just like with getting the lean on. So like this one was good. I'm not a huge, so Vic was an Android developer before. And so he really led the show with this and I had no idea what I was doing. So it was good, but it wasn't great. And by the way, if you're here, chat, let me know which was your favorite one of these streams. Because I'm super curious, which is like your favorite framework. So I would say like Leap PHP definitely was like a fave. I want to say Android Studio is a bit of a flop. And I feel like I revisited like mobile development again. It didn't go incredibly well. OneSignal, I mean, we did this like 3-part series, and that's funny because that turned into a totally separate series called DevRel Code Collaborations, which I loved doing. It was fantastic. And Will and I think, did some really great stuff. So if you're ever interested in kind of seeing what OneSignal looks like, I like OneSignal. I think the great thing about OneSignal is like they have a really good team behind them. But like Will also, streaming with Will is so interesting because he's got such an incredible setup. I also love, if you're seeing this here, I guess I can't do like any like things, but so I did this one. I'm like in a booth, like there's a phone booth outside of the hallway, and I was doing it over there. So it's just so interesting. I found OneSignal good, but like Will is this incredibly talented developer, and so it was super interesting to like stream with him because he like knows so much more, and like I feel like I know a lot of the time, and then I stream with him and I know that I really, really don't. Speaking of which, am I not streaming anymore over on X? Did something happen? No, looks like I'm streaming there. Hold on. Sharing YouTube stream, yeah, that's fine. Home. I feel like I stopped streaming on X. Oh no, there I am. Yeah, I can turn this up a little bit. I can turn this to... It's hard to watch. 720. 720 should be better. It's weird, it's not showing that I'm live on X anymore, so I was just like, am I actually still live? Yeah, anyway, so Will, really good. Love streaming with him. It's so much fun. But let's keep going. All right, Alpine.js. I freaking love Alpine.js. So if you didn't already know this, there's a thing called the tall stack. And the tall stack is Tailwind CSS, Alpine.js, Laravel, and Livewire. So Livewire is like, it's a way to do things that you would think you could only do with JavaScript traditionally in the web world if you were using PHP, but like gives you like super interactive apps. But then Alpine.js is just like this super light framework for like building things. So like here's I don't know, it's just awesome. So like basically you add this script in there and then like here's a way to display this message of I heart Alpine on a page. Is literally just like this X-text message and like X data. You can do so much with this. And actually, I liked Alpine so much that Alpine.js open feature, I think there's an NPM package. I was inspired by this config cat one. NPM. Oh, that's right. That was the blog post, how to plant a feature flag at the summit. What did I even do here? It's been a while since I did this one. Okay, yeah, this was a long post. So I've done a number of posts since and I tried to make them shorter. But yeah, this one I did publish on NPM. Where is it though? There it is. Yeah, so 6 months. 6 months, holy moly. But yeah, it only will use the DEVCYCLE provider. So is it really open feature or is it kind of just a DEVCYCLE provider? Only time will tell. But you know, it's open there. Like people could add things in if they wanted to. Give me just 1 second. Yeah, so this is how this one works. So basically you can like use both these in a script in like a CDN. You can also install them. And then once you set it up, and then you basically can like you're basically initializing open feature just in this upper tag, and then you can use it. It's really only valuable for, oh wow, actually, no, it's valuable for a lot. Sometimes I impress even myself with the things that I'm able to accomplish. Huh. Oh my goodness, you're not even seeing this. Oh, I've been looking through this blog post for this whole time, and share this tab instead. So like I was like on Google looking for NPM. Sorry, I didn't even realize that you guys were still staring at the YouTube page because it was the only one that I was sharing. So yeah, basically I like created this blog post where I did a blog post where I talk about building the extension. And so this is the extension here. It's a very long blog post. If I wrote this again, I would like split it up in a lot of ways. So anyways, So that was the Alpine one. I hadn't actually at that time done a lot in like trying to use open feature, and so it was new. Look at this guy though. Look at this good looking fella over here with his blue shirt. This is like one of my first times that I was in here, and you can tell the time that this was, because now there's like, if you look behind me, there is a like an open feature poster there. And so that was created for KubeCon Chicago, where we were like supporting the open feature project a lot more. So yeah, that's that one. HTMX. This one was a good one too, because this is like, I had just discovered HTMX. If you're not sure what HTMX is, so HTMX is, I would kind of put it in the same camp. Oh, whoa. I would kind of put it in the same camp as Alpine JS. It's kind of meant to be one of these frameworks that, no, it's not even is it a framework? I don't even know what you would call it. It lets you kind of like, yeah, reduce, and what's the best way to describe it? I mean, they describe it really well here. It like gives you access to all of the things you would normally have to deal with JavaScript to access, like WebSockets and Ajax and all the rest of this stuff, directly in HTML. So like it's very similar, right? You're basically getting like Ajax swap, like it's very, very similar to Alpine. Maybe it's not, and I'm just saying that, but I've found it really, 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 really great. And so did the audience. Like when we go look at numbers of these, you're going to see just how kind of like popular some of these were, and I feel like this was near the top. Yeah, so that's HTMX. If you haven't checked it out, it's super, super worth checking it out. Okay, so that was HTMX. We're actually only we're like 7 through. So, and interestingly, like basically, so we start with the PHP, then we did like Android. Technically, Android is like, I think we did Kotlin, which is not really a framework. I wouldn't really consider Android. I don't even know what we used. I don't know. They use OneSignal, also not really a framework. Again, I was still trying to figure out like what the vibe was for the show. And technically, I wouldn't even say that it always has to be frameworks. It's just like technologies, right? So we did HTMX, and then we did OneSignal again. I guess we did OneSignal in between. So like I kept doing these series with Will, and I couldn't figure out like a brand for it, and so I just kept doing it under the Does It Toggle. So I think the first time that we really jumped into like the whole framework game was with Solid.js. Look at that. Oh, and you're not seeing this. Share this tab instead. So this was, I love that now there's multiple posters. I think this is after I got back. Was it? I don't even know when this was published. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think this was after Chicago though. But I loved Solid.js. So yeah, and I feel like they do a good intro. So let me share over here. Solid.js. So I think it's in their docs that they provide like is it their tutorial that lets you try it out in browser? Yeah. So, like here's an example of how Solid works. So like I mean, it's like everything else, like they all kind of look the same. And now that I've explored more JavaScript frameworks, like I'm understanding that a lot of these are very similar, and like technically this is very similar to like Next.js and all the rest of these things. But yeah, so basically you're pulling in this render from the web component. You're creating this like hello world function to pull in like hello world, and then it'll display hello world. I mean, it's not incredibly exciting, but I kind of like it. Now, compile mode. That I hadn't looked at before, or maybe that wasn't there. I don't know. Either way, Solid.js I found really interesting. Let me go back because they do provide some examples in here as well. And this, I think this was another thing that I really liked about this, was like you basically in the docs, it was really easy to find good examples. So like, yeah, like here's a color picker, right? So here's what this does. It lets you pick, color picker, right? Super simple color picker. And so how does this work? is our question. Okay, good. So yeah, we got this render, theme provider, theme, app, theme colors. So we got this, use theme colors. So it's just applying to the styles. Colors, theme changer, theme provider, contact example. This has got to be pulling from somewhere else. Change color. Theme provider. Yeah, must. Like this must be Sologist, or are we creating that? How are we actually getting that component? Because that seems like something. Oh, maybe it's you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe it's actually just that it is like that's a built-in color picker that's built into the browser. I wonder if it is. Where is it hiding? Yeah, simple color picker. Oh, did I need to like scroll down? Hold on. Oh, result. There we go. Yes, this must be browser based. Like this must be built into the browser. Cool. Yeah, but I liked that. I mean, it's pretty straightforward as well. Etch a Sketch. Like there're just some really cool examples here. And I just find it's more like visually appealing. Like it's not crazy scary when you look at this code. It seems pretty digestible. I find anytime that I look at Next.js or React code, I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much going on here. But I find that this is a little bit less so, which is nice. Yeah, so that is solid. It was a good stream as well. As you can see here, I'm basically doing the same thing that I did on that stream. You can't see. Share this tab instead. I love that I'm basically doing, can I go full screen here? Yeah. So like, I'm like literally going through the examples live on most of the stream is just like me going through all the examples. I haven't done a lot of this split screen stuff in a while. I think it's just because like the screen, most people are looking at it on like a screen that's the size of my screen is now. So like you don't really get split screen unless you put yourself into like the corner like this. But then I feel like, I don't know, there's like a person side to this whole streaming game, and I feel like if you can see me, it's good. I don't know what other people do though. I know some people, oh, I'm disappearing. Just so you know, I don't have my green screen, in the office. And so that's another reason that I have this Star Trek background going, in addition to the fact that you should be going and voting. Okay. Excuse me. So, that's solid. It's a good framework. By the way, how's everybody doing? We got a ton of people on here, like a bunch of people on X, a bunch of people on Twitch. Nobody on YouTube today, which is kind of interesting. But how's everybody doing? Say hello. Drop a comment in the chat. Who else we got? Okay, next one was PHP. So this one was a lot of fun. I always enjoy doing PHP. Anytime I can jump in there. And I think I actually used like our sample app in here, I want to say. Ooh, that's not doing anything. Cannot zoom in, just uber zoom. Whoa. But yeah, this was doing stuff with our sample PHP app. Did I do both? Did I just do like oh, you know why? So I did this stream. That was like a walkthrough of some new example repos, or I was creating a Laravel repo based on that. I'm not actually sure which I did, but I like PHP. I like Laravel. This one was an easy one. If you haven't heard of Laravel, what kind of a rock have you been living under? So this is Laravel, the framework for web artisans. I don't actually really know what that means, but this is, so for example, this is what I love about it. So here is how to get like a really simple send a message. So if you go to, I still zoom out one. So like in this code, what you have here is there's creating a route that is getting user information. So basically it's going to return information about the user by going here. So if you went to like test.com/users/ and then whatever the username was, it'll actually go, and what this function is doing is it's looking in the user model and the user table, and it's going to say like, oh, what user is associated with that? And then it's going to return the user, like the full user information about them. And in the post function here, you're basically doing this like create user request. And so you're going to use the information that comes into that post request. Anyways, I just think this is like super, I just love it. I love Laravel. It's just so good. It's just so good. Authorization, like Eloquent is amazing as an ORM. I don't really know any other ORMs, but actually, what are some of the, I keep hearing about different ORMs. But anyways, it's amazing. What's another ORM? Popular, Drizzle is an ORM. Can you use it in just JavaScript? Get started. SQLite. Oh, that's cool. So it's an ORM that connect your ORM, Drizzle client, SQLite table, Drizzle config file, apply changes, migrate. But what is Drizzle ORM? Get started. Yeah, this doesn't help me at all. What is native SQLite? I know Terso. What's native SQLite? Cloud native? Library that provides extra days and we create through. What does that even mean? That's super strange. Anyways, I've gone down a path here, but not an important one. So let me go back over to here. Anyways, in this episode, I went into Laravel and I added feature flags. It was good. I like the Laravel framework. I think it's pretty accessible to anybody that's looking to kind of get started. Definitely worth checking out. If you haven't already, go check out Laravel. You won't regret it. All right, so we're still not very far through. Like we're 37 total. We are at like 26 now. So there's still 26 episodes. And the interesting thing is like I really started to level up once I got, not level up, but like I really started to do things a little bit differently when I got to this stage. So it's even little things like I started doing the naming conventions that I was doing and the cards. So I think this one also was like this was like the first season. Was this 2020? When did I do this one? When did this go live? 9 months ago. So February 6th was that one. And then the next one I did where I started doing different cards was February 20th. So I think between this, we went to Paris. What was KubeCon Paris? Hold on. KubeCon Paris. KubeCon Paris 2024. No, it was March. So no, it wasn't. I just like started doing this. What happened? Some big thing happened between that time. But look at me. Look at this happy little guy. Look at this happy little face. Hey, Dej. How do I pronounce that? Dej Vadev. What am I working on? We're doing a David. Thank you, David. I was like trying to pronounce. I was like, how? What's David? Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm embarrassed. What am I working on? So today I'm actually going through all of the frameworks that we have explored on Does It Toggle. So Does It Toggle feature flag show where we try and add feature flags into a random technology. I'm kind of going through all the frameworks that we've done. We've done a bunch of them so far. What's your favorite framework to work in, David? I'm super curious as I watch myself flail about on the screen. What's like your go-to framework if you're doing web dev or any kind of dev? Actually, I'm super curious. Very, very curious. Anyways, so as you're answering that and typing that in chat, because I know there's always a bit of lag. So this was Vue, and I hadn't explored Vue a lot. Full stack the last 5 years, doing 2 as a backend. back end dev. I feel like grandma because I didn't keep up with the front end stuff that she did. Yo, you're not wrong. Like, okay, so I didn't realize that I actually enjoy back end a lot, and I didn't like front end. So like I don't know, a PHP developer. That doesn't mean I'm not a PHP. I'm a developer, but I really like PHP. And so like a lot of the streams that I did were like JavaScript front end frameworks, and there are a lot. And so like, yeah, I did. What did I do so far? So I didn't talk about any. So Laravel, Solid.js I did, which was good. I did Alpine.js, which is not really, it's front end, but not really a framework. Yeah, Vue.js, this one was Vue. Vue's been around for a minute though. Vue's been around for a while. 11D, I don't even know if I would count that as a framework. I did some Kubernetes stuff. I am. You know what? Thanks for dropping by. Parth, I am a TypeScript developer, actually. I am now. I started kind of old school, if you call it. But only worked as React Dev on front end. What's your old school? I've done some old school frameworks on here, David. I've done some old school frameworks. Not old school, but like old school languages. What was the one that I did? Hold on. I did one. I did Perl. I did like a Perl episode where I did Mojalicious. My favorite are always TypeScript though, Parth. Absolutely always. Yeah, so I did Perl, and then I did. Where was it? There was another one that I did. That was like an older school language, Livewire. So I did Laravel again. Tiny HTTP, which was kind of cool. It's like an Express alternative. Haskell, that was the one. I tried to do this framework called Yasod. And if you've never heard of Yasod before, I feel like my face that you can see here is like my face of trying to deal with Haskell. It's not here. Mostly JS, full stack React, Node, Nest. But lately I've been working on Golang for backend. It's great for microservices, beautiful language. Yeah, I did do Go. I did do Go. So one of my most popular streams, and we'll look at the stats. Where is it? Wait, where's my Go? It was Go Ravel. Hold on. Oh, there it is. So, all right. So this is a cool framework. So I don't know what I'm doing here, but there's Go Ravel. So I like Laravel as that's my framework of choice. And some developer created this Go Ravel web framework. So it's Go, but like with the feeling and the like design language of Laravel. So just like, this has been by far the most popular. Hold on, share this tab. So this is it. So Go Ravel, so like web application framework, yeah, it's based around Laravel. It's just so good. Like it has so many things built into it. I found this really, really easy for me to start to understand how Go works. And I think they even provide like, yeah, it's just like, you get this really great idea of how these things function. And it just gives you a lot of like quick, I don't even know, what do I call this? It's like it's like a batteries included Go web framework. But it's amazing. Like, go check it out. The only thing I don't like about Golang communities is they're like, you don't need any libraries or frameworks to use the system. I mean, okay, so if you're not seeing this, if you're not on this channel, so yeah, it's so true, right? So I wonder, like, what are we using in here? I bet you anything they're using like frameworks and stuff like that. Yeah, it's probably not true. You're not wrong. I mean, I don't think that you would necessarily build a full stack app in Go without a framework though. Like you have to use something extra. But yeah, yeah. So I'm very curious. Why did you end up switching to Go from Nest? Also, I never did a stream in Nest. Where is it? Nest.js. Did I? I don't think I ever did a Nest.js stream. By the way, if you don't know what Nest is Vue, right? It's like a upgraded Vue. Provision manager, DevOps. I think it is. I think it's just like is Nest Vue? Is Nest just Vue? what is it? Nest, Node is a runtime Node.js. Server Nest.js, the framework is boom on top of Node.js. What? I felt like there was one of them. Next is backend, but Nest, N-E-S-T, Nest. I know it's a backend, but I thought it was based off of, so I thought, isn't there? Oh, Next. Okay, so there's Next, Nest, and Next. So Next is the one that I was thinking of. But Nest. Oh, I see. All right, so this is for Golang stuff. Their HTTP standard library is pretty rich, not gonna lie, but the main thing I switched from Nest Node.js is concurrency. With lots of data computation heavy cron jobs, so we can save RAM and lower CPU. It's great. So fun fact. So I love that. That makes so much sense, right? Like the less you need to use, the better. But also you need the concurrency. So I've never had an issue with memory leaks before. Anywhere, any application that I've been using. And then I went to turn on my MacBook Air yesterday, and it had been like sleeping for days. It had been like in my bag when I was on a trip. And I turn it on and it's like, you've run out of RAM. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? And it's because I had installed Facebook Messenger and it was using like 69 gigabytes of RAM. 69 gigabytes, which is not possible. Like there is no 69 gigabytes that are possible to use. And then you Google it and it's basically talking about like memory leaks. Like there's somebody else that posted about this, right? It was wild. Hold on. And it's funny because like I looked this up. Facebook Messenger using way too much RAM. Yeah, okay. Is this the one? Yeah, hold on. So I'll show you this. So like here's somebody that's reporting exactly what happened to me. This one's from like a while ago though. So yeah, M1 Pro, 16 gigs memory, 1 terabyte hard drive. Works fine most of the time. Let me zoom in here. But occasionally I get a pop-up saying my computer's running out of application memory. It shows Facebook Messenger app using an absurd amount of memory, as in 56 gigabytes. Like, it's just insane. And like, you Google it and people are just like, that's not possible. Like, yes, it is. There's no reason. It's just like, I don't know what's happening. But yeah, some sort of a memory leak in the app. But I only been able to find like that one post about it. Okay, back over to here. So yeah, Goravel, highly recommend. I mean, you're probably right. That makes RAM. Okay, right? I think it's a bug though. Like, I think it's just a bug, to be honest with you. Or it's not real. It was weird because my computer had been like asleep. Like I literally pulled my laptop that had been in my bag in sleep mode. Zuck messed up. Zuck did indeed mess up. But I literally I pulled my MacBook Air out, opened it up, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? And of course I freaked out. I was like, what's going on? Like, how is this using it? I've been hacked. That was my first assumption. And then I was like, no, I've not been hacked. Although technically, what's it called? What's it called? Hack coding language. Isn't it called hack? Yeah. So maybe I was hacked. Literally hacked. The object-oriented programming language. I can't get behind these languages. Even though, what's funny is it looks at a certain point very PHP-esque. Maybe it's just the squiggles. But like, I've tried to use hack before, and it's just like, it's this mix of things. That's what gets me. It's not very readable. Or maybe it's just like built by devs, and I'm just not a dev, XHP. I don't know. Either way, Zuck definitely messed up. And I'm going to blame him for it. For sure. What are you doing, Zuckerberg? Okay, so that was Goravel. It was a good framework. Dribble links with fine just library. That's okay. I mean, you can drop it in, and then like people can be warned that. I've gotten all There we go. You can drop it in, and then people are able to make their choice as to whether they go and visit it. I won't put it up on the screen, but I can say like, hey, go over to yeah, you're on Twitch right now. All right, I'm gonna like look at this. Hold on. I'm gonna look at this in a different tab for just 1 second and see if there's any family friendly stuff that I can share. Is this like an SO-lang? It is an SO-lang. Oh, I have seen this. So yeah, there's one. There's like some pretty uncouth names, but I'll share. I think I can share this without giving away the name. But yeah, this is literally like a programming language. This is a use a form political program script. I just like. It's just ridiculous. False, true. Hold on, let me zoom in here. False, true, undefined. Oh my goodness. I love that array is so close to false. Oh my goodness. This would blow my mind, and not in a good way. I did do SO-lang on this show before. Can you imagine? I did lolcat, trying to do feature flags in lolcat. It did not work out well. It was like I was trying to do something because lolcat does not have like an HTTP, or it does. There's like an HTTP server for lolcat, but then I ran into some weird issues. Oh wait, what? What is this? This is madness. Lolcat. How many years of experience do you have? What's your current position? No, that's okay. Yeah, so how many years of experience do I have? So I started in tech in 2020 as a community manager for a company called Battlesnake. So I think I can share this tab. So I started working for Battlesnake, and so Battlesnake was basically a like a competitive programming game. So you like program these AI snakes to compete against each other. So that's where I started. But I was doing community, so I was doing like Discord and social media and stuff. And then back in March of last year, actually, so March 2023, Battlesnake acquired DEVCYCLE acquired Battlesnake. And so, yeah, so basically was in a community manager role from like November 2020 to March 2023, just in like community. And I was doing some conference talks and stuff like that. And then I became a developer advocate. Hey, Casual, how's it going? And then I became a developer advocate, or like developer relations manager, and started doing like more of these live streams and live coding things in March. So it's really been, it's been like 2 years, like 2-ish years. Hold on, let me pull up my LinkedIn, see what it says. Like a year and 9 months. Yeah, year 9 months. So. So yeah, it's like 5-ish years, 4 years of experience, I would say. And then like my role is developer. My on paper role is, hold on, let me zoom in here. Share this tab instead. No, Canada. No, based in Canada. So is DEVCYCLE. So DEVCYCLE, a completely Canadian company. So I think we have a couple of employees in the US, but for the most part, we are very Canadian. So our main office is based in Toronto, and then our main office is in Toronto. And then like I'm out here. So Battlesnake was based on the West Coast, so I'm like north of Seattle, but the rest of the company is based in Toronto. Yeah. So a Canadian developer advocate with like 3 to 4 years experience, but I'm a teacher too, so I do other stuff as well. But yeah, Battlesnake from November 2020 and then to March to February. So that is me. It's a good question. I'm super happy to answer that. What about you? So how much experience do you have? You said you have 5 years, right? Or working full stack for the last 5 years. The last 2 have been only back-end dev. Cool. Are you looking for a new gig? Is that what you're wondering? You're just trying to get some, just wondering? I'm curious though. Share in chat if you're willing. Yeah, so I did lolcat. Lolcat, if you haven't seen lolcode, it is, lolcode. Hold on. No, not lolcode. Where is it? SOLang. I worked with one Canadian company, but I probably shouldn't discuss the details because they were #1 Amazon consumer because they were with NSFW. Yeah. Got it. Am I not remembering the name of this language? It's lol code, isn't it? Hold on. Did they drop it? Hold on. Yeah, lol code. Yeah, there we go. But there's like a website for it, main site. Okay, this is what I was looking for. This is what I thought I was going to find. And like you can build like nothing incredibly useful with this, which I discovered. This was tough. I'm sorry, David. That sucks. But you gotta have bad experiences to realize that there are good experiences, right? That's my glass half full answer for today. But I'm sorry that you had a terrible experience there. Mostly Canadians are pretty awesome, but there's a few of us that ruin it for the rest of them. I think lolcode is Turing complete too. Lolcode Turing complete. Amazing. Nice, very cool. FinTech. New York has got a vibe and scene. Like there, it is hopping. Is it Turing complete? Mm-hmm. Oh hey, I can have Turing complete. This is interesting. WordPress blog from 2007. Oh, you're not looking at it. Sorry. I keep like changing tabs and realizing you guys can't see it. How is the quality right now? I need to double check something. I feel like it's okay. Yeah, I hear a lot of conversations about this like Turing complete stuff. So I don't think that's true. 72060. It's it's so weird. Like technically right now, it's recording in 4K. So Parth, him and I streamed on yesterday, I guess. And afterwards I like cleared out our StreamYard for the first time in forever. And then I could finally record in like 4K. So technically this is recording at like 4K 60 frames per second, and then I can upload it somewhere afterwards. But like, I think it saves to your device first. So it's not really doing any benefit for y'all. Like it's good for afterwards, but, there's no lolcode forum anymore. There's like a post about it being Turing complete. I kind of want it Wayback Machine this. Wayback Machine. No. It saves it on your local device. It saves it on your local device, Parth. By the way, this was the statement. There goes StreamYard storage. Yeah, it doesn't store very much. Could we go back to 2011? So like this is a post about Turing completeness. I don't know if I would write a spreadsheet engine with that Turing with like lolcode, but I guess you could. Maybe you could figure out how to do it. It was fun. I definitely would not have wanted to do it in the JSF one that you shared. A different kind of F, but the JSF one did not look fun. Yes, that was that. What else did we do? So we did. I guess I went back to Alpine.js. Oh no, hold on, we're going back here. So we did Vue. I really like Vue. Vue is like an awesome. My experience with Vue has been fantastic. Let me close tabs to the right. Hold on a sec. Close tabs to the right. So I found Vue just to be such approachable. That's like the best word. It's a very approachable JS framework. I'm coming with LM.js. Come here once. Everybody's working with LLMs. Ooh, all right, David, you are here. So if you want to build with LLMs, I'm gonna throw you. We're gonna diverge off of our conversation for just a second. I'm gonna go over to Twitter. So we just I posted this yesterday. Where is it? Was it yesterday? Wednesday? Where is it? No, it was after that. After that. Before that? Where is it? Did I post the survey myself? No, I didn't post it myself. There's that. And then this was yesterday. So I have context for this, David. I have context for this. I posted, I pinned it. There we go. So, have you heard of Pieces, David? If not, go check it out because me and the DevRel team over at Pieces just did this like dueling blog post thing where we created like an AI co-pilot, but they were like themed. So mine were Star Trek themed and his were Star Wars themed. And look at this, there's not enough votes for Star Trek. We need more. There's only 44 minutes left. I already posted this. Go over here and vote. Give a vote over here. Give it for Star Trek. You don't want to vote Star Wars, but it's actually like a functional like AI co-pilot where like I don't know if you'll be able to see here because it won't actually zoom in, but like you're actually having. Hold on. You're not seeing again. Hold on. So copy image address. It's like this is my blog, and then I think I can zoom in now. So like. You can see here, it's like literally this is like a prompt using feature flags to the LLM, and then it thinks it's Dr. Leonard McCoy, or it responds to your coding questions like Dr. Leonard McCoy. If you know Star Trek, he's the Doctor from the original series, but it could also be the Borg or it could be Q. Let's go. Anyways, it is a really good blog series, but if you're playing around in LLMs, I built mine in Python, and he built his in C#, I want to say, .NET. So good blog series to go check out. And they're both linked in this blog post. So go to like the DEVCYCLE. It's like pinned right at the top. But definitely like worth checking out. Also follow Jim, download Pieces. It's a super awesome platform. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, let's go back over to here. I'm like vibing in my chair in that video. Vibing to some beats. Okay, so Vue I really like. It was a good framework. I put it in the same, like I kind of put it in the solid world. Like I think Solid.js and Vue.js are very similar. Like it's kind of like choose your fancy. So we did that one. Then I went back to Alpine.js. No, hold on. So I did Vue. Oh, and then we did 11t. So I did 11t. And if you don't know what 11t is, 11t, it's like a static site generator. I'm pretty sure is what you call it. Yeah, static site generator. So share this tab instead. Am I a dev influencer? Parth, are you watching still? Am I an influencer? I don't think I'm influencing anybody. Maybe I'm influencing David. Maybe do you feel influenced, David? If you feel influenced, then yes, I'm an influencer. Like and subscribe. Pound that subscribe button. Pound that subscribe button. But only if you feel influenced to do so. Kind of. I'm kind of an influencer. No, Canada. Based in Canada. But I'm like it. I'm similar. Yeah, developer advocate. No, you're good. I mean, in fairness, yes, ish. I'm not a very good dev influencer, but I do influence. No, you're good. No, not my bad. I'm okay. we're all in the same boat together in North America right now. So yeah, 11T is fun. So the downside is like 11T is it like compiles, and so it was like building an extension for 11T that let you use it once it was compiled. So there's like two ways that you could use feature flags. There was one that you could do that would run at build time, and so like you could like not build certain pieces. And I think like I think I ended up being able to deploy to oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Parth. I am not in any way even able to comment on that. The Canadian political system is busy enough without having to dive into somebody else's politics. So it's a good question though. Probably not the best space to ask, but yeah. I mean, we're a global country, but obviously everybody's got a say in things. But yeah, thank you. I do think it's a fair answer. Anyways, 11T was a fun framework. It was cool, but I don't think I successfully built the extension. I don't think I would call it a successful. I don't think it was a successful stream, if I remember. I think like I didn't fully realize how it worked, and I think if you watch this stream, there's like a lot of stuff in there. Yeah, I don't know, David. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I'm interested in like I get the camera, I get the screen. Oh, hey, welcome Unidentifiable. We are chatting web frameworks. So this stream is all about like adding feature flags. So I work for a feature flag company called DEVCYCLE. Every Friday I come in for a couple of hours and I add feature flags into different technologies and frameworks. And so I'm kind of going through the best of from like the last year. And then just kind of talking about which ones I found really easy. So we've gone through a bunch so far. I know, David, but it's I don't know. The space is not necessarily the right one for me to do that right now, but it's a great question. What is a feature flag? I love that question. Best question today. Not the best question, David. That's some great questions. What is a feature flag? So I'm going to go over to our website, share this tab instead. What is a feature flag? It's a fair question, though, David. You're right. I know. Don't fence it, but this is not my channel to give opinions and stuff like that. So, feature flag. Give you an example of kind of what it looks like in practice. So on this page is a React component. And in this React component, there's some conditional statements. And those conditional statements are saying things like, should it be dark or should it be light? So dark mode or light mode. And if you wanted to decide whether it's dark or light, in like regular world of web dev, you are going to flick a switch, right? You're generally going to have like a button that somebody pushes. And what that button is doing is changing a statement from true to false. And so it's like dark mode on or dark mode off. Boolean statement on off. That whole concept there of dark mode, you basically have like a dark mode feature flag in your code. And so you can go beyond just like dark mode though. You can have things like wind, you can set speed, disguises, like basically a feature flag is like a conditional statement that you put in your code to target what kind of a feature that somebody wants to see. So I think there's like some good examples. What is a feature flag? There's a guy named Pete Hodgson that wrote this awesome blog post. Where is it? Feature toggles, there we go. Of like what it looks like in code. But these are like way more complex. I feel like I created like a really simple slide that showed it in code. Where is it? Where are you, feature flag? Because like the toggle doesn't actually show you what it looks like in code. Maybe this one, maybe this unleash one does. I mean, I do somewhere, but I also like showing off some of these other blogs because yeah, they're not actually showing you what it looks like in code either. They're just like repeating his stuff. Okay, I'm gonna actually just show you in code. I'm gonna go into Replit, do some code today on stream. Log in. Log in with Google. Oh, you can't see this. Maybe you can. All right, do I have enough space? Whoa, I got a lot of REPLs in here. I don't think it'll let me create another one. Yeah, definitely will not. Let's kill some of these. Let's kill this one. Yes, delete this REPL, delete this one. Delete, oh, that's an HTMX one that I did. No, go back. Delete that one. Let's delete this REPL. Delete. Are you a JavaScript person? Unidentifiable? Would JavaScript work for you for me to show this to you? I got a lot of REPLs here. Oh, you do embed it. You'll understand JavaScript. Everybody understands JavaScript. That's untrue. I guarantee you that you've created a feature flag before. Where's JavaScript? JavaScript. I understand the floor is Java. Fair. No, that's a joke. It's like a good example here. Node.js. I guess I'll do Node.js. I'll do Node.js, that's fine. See what it creates in here. Index.js. Are you giving me anything inside my index.js? Or just literally like index.js? Okay, so let's say we create a new variable. So we call it var so flag equals true. All right, so there's like a feature flag that we can set to true or false, and then we're gonna say if flag. What am I doing here? Yes, I can. I'm like going through and doing all this stuff. Okay, so this is why it pays to keep people around. All right, let me hold on. I cannot believe. So I work for a feature flagging company that's like done all of this work to create these example repos. And if you go into our docs, we actually provide like code examples. Let's do, where's our example apps? Actually, no, yeah, we're gonna do an example app, Node.js. Cloud, no, that one's broken. Do React. I wonder if this will let me actually, this might actually let me spin this up. Oh, but this is gonna be using DEVCYCLE. That's okay, actually, I can do this. Because you can just load a REPL from here. So let's go here. I need a new REPL, create REPL, import from GitHub, from URL, from here. Yes, import from GitHub. I love that, like, you may not even need this, but okay, so get rid of that. Feature flag. Okay, so here's this demo feature. Yeah, this automatically creates this npm install, which it should automatically do. Npm run start. This is going to spit up an app. And then we'll jump into the code. So you can see what it looks like. And you'll be like, oh yeah, I've totally used that before. All right, running npm install. This should do fine. I could literally just spin this up probably faster on my desktop, but I like giving some love to here. Okay, starting development server. Amazing. Come on. Oh, it should be live. Well, it's because I'm zoomed out so far. Okay. Yeah. Embedded page. Here we go. Yes, I get it. There's an error. All right, so we're gonna go and look in the code. Okay, let me zoom out here. I want to get rid of this. I want to get I don't want README. I don't want web view. I don't want this. Yeah, I know I need the SDK key. I know. What I'm trying to figure out is, oh, there we go. I was like, where is my freaking, hold on. Where's that? And then I need my .env file. Oh, and then you got to do like, you don't actually use env files in here. You use their own internal stuff called, where is it hiding? Secrets. Secrets are accessible to anyone. New secret. What are we calling it here? I'm not even going to do through DevCycle because DevCycle, oh, maybe this will work. Public. Now my joy of trying to see React if it works. Of Career SDK key alert. Set your variables to React SDK. App content. DevCycle ready. Otherwise return. I guess it is actually easier for me to just go in here and actually do the React app. So let's just do this. Let's duplicate this file. We'll call it .env. I wasn't going to do code today, and here we are. Okay, get rid of that. And we're going to grab our SDK key over on the DevCycle platform. All of this work just to explain how a feature flag works, but I feel like I'm going to deliver. If you ask the question, I'm going to make sure that you get the answer that you were hoping for. Zoom out here. I'm not sharing the DevCycle platform. DevTools and DevCools. Do I just use the one that I used yesterday? I'm going to. You're welcome. I'm super happy to do it. I love that I'm doing it in React and you're like, I'm an embedded systems person. I'm going to create a new feature. You might as well see this. Create new feature, release feature. We're going to call this React Boolean, be on off. It's gonna break that. I guess I should have used. It is the example app, so I should actually be using what they give me in here. Where is it hiding? README. Click here to automatically create the feature. Create example feature. Confirm. Oh, did I already have a Hello Togglebot? Oh, I guess in my org? Oh, whatever, that should work. Okay, let's go grab my key. SDK key. And env. I think that should do it. Let's stop this and start it again and see if we still get that angry message. Shouldn't get the angry message anymore. Hey! All right, so DevCycle is working. And so let's take a look at what this is actually doing inside the application so you can kind of understand how feature flags work. So we're going to go into, not index.js, I think it's all in app.js. So here's how a feature flag management platform works, but the actual flag itself is happening down here with DevCycle provider. Oh, it's not in there, it's in the components. Okay, so let's go into our Togglebot. Okay, so here's some JavaScript for you. If you're not a JavaScript fan, that's okay. So in here we are, oh, sorry, you are not seeing. Thank you. Let me close this for a second. Float. Can I maximize panel, minimize panel, put it back in there. I'm gonna close the web view. Okay, so I'm sorry that this is like kind of turning out small. Can I? Okay, I think that should be good. So like here's an example of how you would use a feature flag in an example. So if you remember what you just saw, we have a, where's my change tab? I don't want my console, or console can stay there. Shell I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this. My web view is web view, preview your web application. Can I grab just the replit dev URL? Okay, I think that this should be good for me to preview it. Okay, so imagine, if you will, that this Togglebot that's here, that's down here, is actually there's the potential for 3 different versions of this Togglebot. One of them is winking, but not all of them. So let's look at the other options of what they could be doing. So back over here in our Togglebot, we have our Togglebot, who we just saw there. Let me get rid of that on the side. And then we have a couple of things. We have the wink to be true or false. So it could either be winking or not. And then we might want to set speed. And so in here, we are setting these variables called should wink to be equal to something and spin speed to be set to something. And we're evaluating based on some sort of a targeting rule. So we're saying if a certain user is looking at this site, which in our case is going to be like all users, show them either Togglebot winking or not winking, or show them with speed on or off. And then we're using that in our code like, where is it? Like this. So we've got this spin speed is sort of being applied with some classes in here. So it's just a conditional statement based on some criteria. And the criteria that it's based on is almost always some sort of a targeting criteria, which for us would be the information about the user. So here, the system thinks that when I'm logged in, I am user 123, my name is Jane Doe, and I have Jane Doe email. And so basically, anytime that Jane Doe logs into the site, they're going to see a specific version of Togglebot. So let's go over to the DevCycle platform, and I'll show you the kind of targeting rule setup stuff here. So I'm going to change over to this tab. So right now, so we have got, is it this one? Or is it a different tab that's showing this right now? Not this one. Is it this one? Not that one. Not that one. This one? Yes. Features. Hello Togglebot example. So we have a couple of things. We have Togglebot wink is either true or false. Togglebot speed is either off or slow. And then example text is either step 1 or step 2. So that's kind of the different states that it can be in. So you have variables. These are like feature flags. So the toggle speed feature flag, the Togglebot wink feature flag, and then different variations of that flag can be either on or off. It could be fast or slow. You don't see because I'm not sharing anymore because I somehow unshared my screen. Entire screen, window, Chrome tab. This one, sorry, I realize you're not seeing this. Share. Okay, there we go. So we've got the different flags. Togglebot speed is one flag. And then we've got different variations. So off or slow. Togglebot wink is either true or false. And example text is either step 1 or step 2. And then we've got targeting rules where right now we're saying serve all users the base variation. So we're saying every user should see Togglebot speed should be off, so should have no speed, and then Togglebot should be winking. But maybe we want Togglebot to not be winking and to be spinning. Or sorry, hold on. Yeah, we want Togglebot to not be winking, but to be spinning. That would be the spin variation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to the spin variation. For all users are going to see the spin variation. And now when I go back over here to my React app, we now no longer have our Togglebot that is winking and static. Now it's a different variation for that user. But that's for all users. So let's say we want Jane, anybody with the name Jane, to always see the winking Togglebot. So we can go back into our rules. And where's our rules? Our rules here, our rules here, our rules somewhere here. You're not seeing it. I gotta stop doing this. All right, here we go. So I just went from winking to not winking. I'm going to show you this again, what I just did. So the base version that you were seeing was this, 3. And just with a change off of in the app and over here, or in the DevCycle platform, changing the targeting rules, I can update it to change. And so the targeting rules are this, sort of all users serve the spin variation. So maybe now I want for that, I was saying that Jane example. So maybe anytime that the user email contains the word Jane, I want to show the base variation that's winking, okay? And then anybody else, all other users So this would be any user email that does not contain Jane is going to get the spin variation. So let's save this here and head back over and share this tab instead. So you're seeing the wink here, okay? So this is winking because our user information was Jane. But let's go over and go back into our code over in Replit. I'm going to share this tab again, whereas we had like all this stuff set up. So let's change my email to be John Doe now at email.com. Something's going on there. John Doe. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But either way, if I go back over here to my application, and I refresh, you'll see here that now it thinks that it's John Doe that's in here. So it doesn't update right away because it can't necessarily tell that a user has changed in the code that we have here. But here, it thinks that John Doe is looking at this page. And so the feature flag is sort of the way that you can target to show different things based on some sort of an evaluation criteria. And then in the code, like basically what you are, you're not seeing it again. I'm so sorry. So this is John. And then if I go back over here and change it to Jane, save, and then go back over to here and refresh, it's going to be winking. And I haven't actually changed my targeting rules. I've set the default targeting rules. And again, I can change this to anything. So if I go back over here and I change this to Bob Doe, does that contain Jane in it? No, it does not. So Bob's going to be spinning. So it just shows you a different version based on whatever the criteria is. And then in here this is like how we're defining who the user is, and you would define this kind of whatever way you wanted, probably by whoever's logged in. And then how you actually use it is here. So you're basically doing like, should we get variable value? And there's Boolean variables, there's string variables. So it allows for an animation graphical elements more complex than text to be updated in real time in reaction to arbitrary inputs. Yes, 100%. Not just visual though. This is for anything. So you can use it in embedded systems, basically, as long as you're probably using feature flags everywhere. It's literally just a conditional statement. Like I don't even need to use this, use variable value. I can just say I could say that instead of evaluating, I could just say should wink is always true. So should wink is always true. So now on my page, it will spin and it will wink. So if I refresh this page, this is what I was doing. So I literally changed this for this should wink evaluation here, which was originally use variable value. It was like an evaluation hook based on the user. I can just set this to be true for all users. And then if I go back over to my sample here and refresh this page, he should be winking and spinning because it's still evaluating the one based on whatever the criteria, but I can also set it. Both of these are valid feature flags. So like both this should wink equals true and the should spin, both of these are valid feature flags. It's just because they're being used. So basically we're using this should wink. Where are we using should wink? So this is like the use of it conditionally. So if should wink is true, it's going to show you the toggle wink SVG. Otherwise, toggle wink, just toggle SVG. But you can use this in any code, like any language, any framework. Feature flags have been around for time immemorial. Like they are not a new concept by any means. It's a great question. That was a very long answer. That was like a 15-minute answer. Do you feel like I answered your question and showed you something cool, unidentifiable? I'm very curious. Also, Parth, how'd I do? Also, David, how'd I do? Let me know. It was very cool. That's what we're going for, unidentifiable. We are going for cool. But you can use them anywhere. You can definitely use feature flags in anything. As I'm kind of been talking about in this whole, I'm going to shut this down. That's why, because I closed the window. Okay, let me share this again. Share screen, share Chrome tab, with the feature flag extension. So basically, all of these streams, I basically am adding feature flags into something. So I actually did feature flags in a CLI. Where was that one? Multi-provider, lol code, Perl web app. Did it in Perl. I love web development, so I'm very partial to that. CLI app. Look at me. good looking guy. And so basically I used, what did I use? Typer. And then I like basically used feature flags in there. And so it would return a certain response only if the feature flag was enabled. So it would like only ask your last name if the feature flag was set to true, and otherwise it would return false. I actually liked building a CLI in that, to be honest with you. Like Typer is pretty cool. If you haven't tried Typer, oh no, I'm not going to go in there. Typer, Python, if you're in that world. Typer, yeah, like this is how you install Typer to a project. My contact with Pro was that TWiki has some interesting macros that support recursion. TWiki, what's TWiki? Now I'm interested. I love when people bring stuff into the show. Open source enterprise wiki and a web application platform. I've never heard of Twiki. Twiki. CERN Wiki? Seriously? That's freaking cool. Interesting. That's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, I loved Perl. So Perl, I did Modulicious, which like doesn't get enough recognition. So they actually like, I loved this sales pitch of like web development can be fun. I genuinely agree. This was like a fun experience in Perl. Excuse me. And you could basically deploy Perl anywhere. Well, anywhere that you would deploy Perl, but I really like this experience. I think also just like this was all you needed. You could, but yeah, that is the answer. That is the answer unidentifiable. You could, but should you? The answer almost always is no. But I really like this. Like this is a web application in like 3 lines. I've yet to find another language that is that easy to get a web framework up. Like, I have not seen any other that is that smooth. And I'm sure there are some, but like, I just really loved it. I thought it was super cool. All of this TM is a web app. Yeah, the stuff that's on the screen here, yeah, this is a web application. Yeah, Modulicious is just for building web apps. And this web app is returning something into, like, it's a server-side web app. Of course it is. But yeah, this is a web app. This is it. And this is what it returns. I don't know, I think it's super cool. I really liked this experience. I know, right? It is impressive. Now I don't think I was actually able to do like kind of the example of feature flags that I provided where I'm like hard coding them, which isn't really like a feature flag because technically there should be like some sort of like remote configuration where you're like assigning the value of it based on some sort of an evaluation. But yeah, what did I don't even remember. I don't even remember, but I did like the experience working with it. I think you can like call API inside Modulicious Perl. REST API with mocking the REST API. I don't know. I feel like this just feels so PHP to me, and that's I think why I like it so much. Yeah, it's a bit more complicated when you go further. But yeah, I guess this is like tests. Yeah. Anyways, it's very cool. Yeah, I agree. I really liked working in Modulicious. It was a lot of fun. Share this tab. So that was Modulicious. Let's keep going through. What are some other ones that I did? So Parth and Parth is still here. So Parth and I do a series together called DevTools and DevCools. We did one earlier this week. If you haven't checked it out, you should. We actually looked at Bun versus Dino as like web dev frameworks, or not web dev, JavaScript runtimes. And we tried to add feature flags into Docusaurus. And so Docusaurus is similar to Eleventy. It's like a documentation, like static documentation site. And so we got together on this stream and tried to add feature flags into it, which was surprisingly challenging. I can't remember why, but I do remember that it was not the greatest experience, if I recall correctly. I can't remember what it was, though. Oh, and I remember why we did this one. We did this one because our CTO, our VP engineering, Nick, who used to be part of the DEVCYCLE streams, actually ended up writing like an extension to use DEVCYCLE in Docusaurus, and so we wanted to go and try and explore it. And this is kind of what we were faced with: all of these error signs. That's really what we saw a lot of, which was fun, but not fun. Yeah, I didn't love doing feature flagging in Docusaurus. Chrome extension. Chrome extension was fun. I actually got a lot of feedback on this one, like probably the most feedback that I ever got on stream, and then I never actually I haven't revisited it yet. But basically I was trying to build like an ad blocker using feature flags where like you could define which ads you blocked in the feature flags, but I never got there. But it was kind of cool. Like I'd never built a Chrome extension before, and so it was cool to play around in it. I mean, it's really just JavaScript, right? So I may need to revisit it one day, but it's not going to be in the near future. It's like I don't love revisiting things just because it's not that I don't love revisiting them. It's just that I like exploring more to show the use cases in different technologies. So that was that. All right. So then we did Alpine.js. Oh, Kubernetes. This one was super popular. We're going to look at stats in a minute, but like this Kubernetes one was super popular. And I actually did nothing beyond DEVCYCLE feature flag, open feature. Hold on, I know you're not seeing this. Open feature.dev. Share these tabs. There's like a tutorials in here where it's like, how to use the cloud native operator. And if you're not in the Kubernetes space, like none of this is going to seem like Greek. And open features is like an open spec for feature flagging. This was basically how to do feature flagging at like that level and like the cloud level. And I don't remember what it did, to be honest with you. I don't remember. Oh, it's like change color and stuff like that. There's like a sample app that was built. There's a new sample app that I saw that looks really, really cool. But yeah, this one was very, very popular. Probably like the most views as well. Yeah, like 145 views 7 months ago. Which is not a high number, but like we're talking about feature flags, right? So, shit, this tab is dead. So yeah, that was the Kubernetes one. So we did that. Alpine, Python, we did the Go revels, the Go stuff we talked about, the Chrome extension, Docusaurus, lol code we talked about, Modulicious. I did Ember.js. If I remember, Ember.js was like, I did not enjoy this experience. Did I enjoy this experience? I can't remember. Did I enjoy Ember.js? Ember.js. I'll look at the code and it'll tell me. And ambitious. See, this is what I don't like. How would you summarize Kubernetes in a single sentence? Oh, it's like cloud native orchestration. That would be my single sentence. Kubernetes allows for you to, it's an orchestration tool for cloud technologies. So think of it as like Docker for the cloud. What do you think? How did I do? Just containerization. Like, wait, did I do good? I don't know if that's a good holy S or a bad holy S. All right, I'll take it. Yeah, I mean, you put things in a container to run. Like, you need to run your application. All right, I'm going to tell you, I actually watched this video and it was like it was a game changer for me. Kubernetes for Kids, I think it's called. Illustrated children's guide to Kubernetes. Let me share this tab. I'll like full disclosure, like I had to watch this a few times. I watched it when I was out of the ecosystem, and I didn't get it. But then this does a really good job at sort of like describing how this works, right? So like you have your application, like your PHP file inside of your web server. So like that makes sense, right? So application is in the web server. And then you put your web server into a container, right? I mean, you don't need to. You could just have your web server on your device, but if you're trying to like deploy it in different places, and then then you have a pod. Anyways, just like layers of abstraction and stuff like that. But yeah, that would be my definition. Sorry, I'm spending too much time. I'm gonna I'm gonna undo the good work that I did with my description. But I'm glad it's recorded. Glad that I am recorded there saying that, and that you are recorded saying that is an impressive description. Why, thank you. So that was Kubernetes. Ember.js. Did I enjoy Ember.js? Yes or no? What did it look like? This one was batteries included, but like I feel like this one was harder to use if I remember correctly. Docs, Ember.js. No, I'm recorded. You're just recorded saying it. What you said, well, I'm recorded saying what you said that I said. Okay, Ember.js guides. Yeah, this one, I feel like this one was harder to use. Even just looking at these docs, I'm like, this was not a fun start. Install Ember, npm start. Oh no, I'm wrong. I did like this one. This was fine. Yeah, never mind. The native feature include a whole lot of space to make applications, the various levels of abstraction, modelizing systems processors, things that can be summarized as it has operations on types of memory and it follows you, right? Absolutely. Totally agree. If you're not knowing what I'm talking about, so unidentified, I'll put a really good comment in here. I think the idea of feature flags is applicable to a lot of spaces, domains, applications. Could not agree more. Yeah, it's just a Boolean. It's not always Boolean, but like you've got some condition to show some specific thing. Feature flag. The feature flag is that whole experience. It's both the targeting process as well as the actual like showing process. But yeah, I think it's very, very true. Unidentifiable. So I did like Ember.js. I forgot, but I did enjoy it. But it wasn't obviously memorable. Mithril.js, I really enjoyed Mithril.js. I had gotten exposed to Mithril a while ago. And let me share this tab. So Mithril is like in the same world as all these other ones, but it's super small. But yeah, like here's a functional like app. Like, so this would be you like loading Mithril app in your application. And like, this is you returning like this try me out message. It's like, it's got more like, I don't know. It gets frustrating at scale. Like I would never want to write code like this. But you can if you want to. I'd much rather write code. Yeah, this bothers me so much. I just like this whole nesting of M's and all the rest of it. It's not for me. But it was fun to play with. Sorry. I love that I'm like, I loved Mithril, but I didn't like it like this. I liked finally understanding how Mithril worked. I don't know. Unidentifiable. I don't know why, but just I look at this and it make it like, I don't find it very readable. Like I would struggle. I like when you're looking at a lot of code and like you can really tell that things are like nested inside of each other, and I struggle with this. I really, really do. I don't know why. It's just like the way my brain works. It's not bad. Like it's very functional and I like the concept of Mithril, but like I would much rather see something formatted like this than I would see it formatted like this. Excuse me. So I liked Mithril, but I didn't like the way it's formatted. Hono.js. This is one. Hono is like a Hono.js. Thank you. Is like intended for. It's like they really outsold it, or they've really sold it as like a really powerful one for things on the edge. So for being used with things like, sorry, I shared this tab, for things like Cloudflare workers. I think that's where I deployed it. But yeah, I would agree. I feel like this one did have delightful TX. Yeah, so this is a Hono app. So I kind of find, like, I don't know, I find this, maybe it's just the M. Maybe that's the thing that bothers me about Mithril. It's just like M, it's like single letter dot something. But yeah, I like this. So, I mean, take that what you will. But yeah, so you can run this on Cloudflare workers, you can run this on Bun, you can run it on Dino. This is new. It's not even a minute. What are you talking about? Oh, this is literally just typing this out. See text, hello. Oh no. Boom. Hello, Hono. Anyways, I liked Hono. It was good. It was easy to, I mean, it's just our JavaScript provider, right? So it was not hard at all to start using it. And there's a lot of information about it. So we're getting near the end here. We're getting to our last 10 streams. Play framework. This one's really cool. So this is a Java framework. M is such a disgusting letter too. Hot take. It's got no oomph. It's like the British food of Latin letters. Oh, this has been such a good stream. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Yeah. I love that. That's great. Oh, unidentifiable. I'm so glad you're here. So Play framework, Java framework, also Scala. So if you've ever done Scala or Java stuff, then this is definitely the one for you. I met the guy who's like the key maintainer at a conference in Berlin, and he's like a single guy that's doing this. And I just thought it was such a cool concept that it's like one guy just building this out, and he makes like good money doing it. But it was a pretty good Java experience. Like for my first Java experience, because all of these streams I do without ever really touching the technologies, it was good. But I do feel like it took a while to install everything. I think. Just because I needed to get like JVM set up on my device. One guy made Scala. I have no idea. No. Just the Play framework. Sorry. No. I'm sure many people made Scala or whatever it's called. No, this is just the Play framework. And he didn't make it. He's just like the key maintainer now. So like he had been like a maintainer, and then a company was running it, and then that company abandoned it, and then they were like, hey, do you want to run this? And he was like, heck yeah, I do. And thus he took over Play. But it was a good Java experience, so I liked it. I don't know if I got into Scala though. Scala's basically Java though. That's some heavy mantle. Yeah, you're not wrong. Ruby on Rails, I feel like the answer here, it wasn't very flaggable. I had a really rough time with Ruby on Rails. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. Could not wrap my head around it. It was not the technology, it was not the language, it was not the framework for me. There's probably something that I was doing wrong, but either way, definitely was not for me. Yeah, that one, that's an easy one. I love Ruby. I love the Ruby community. I think they're doing amazing stuff. Ruby on Rails was a struggle bus for me. I could not figure it out. It took me a long time to get Ruby installed on my device, or like the right version of Ruby installed on my device too. Like it was a whole thing. If you have like 2 hours of your life that you want to give up to watching somebody struggle through this on like 2 times speed, an hour of your life, this is the one to check out. That was Ruby. What are the Rails of Ruby? I have no idea. I have no clue. Nim, this was a weird one. So like Nim is like a super, it's not a, hold on, Nim programming language. So it is a, hold on, let me share this tab. Statically typed systems programming language. So maybe this is in your world, unidentifiable. But yeah, so like this is an application built in Nim, which I have no idea what it does. What does this do? Odd numbers, lookup table. It's like a very person named John, Kate, for person in people. 6 years old, thanks to Nim's iterator and yield constructs. Iterators are easy. Odd numbers for odd numbers. Yeah, I like get the top part, but I'm wondering what it does down here. To lookup table. No idea. Anyways, NIM wasn't what we were building in. We were building in. I did Haskell. As one of my frameworks. So HappyX was what I used for the web framework, which was okay from what I recall. It was okay. Like this is like a super minimal Hello World example, so pretty straightforward. But it was a heck of a time to get it installed. Like it took a long time to get this installed. That was NIM and HappyX. Reflex was fun. I got into Python again. What was it called? That was Reflex, Python, Reflex, Python. Share this tab instead. Yeah, web apps in pure Python. I don't know. I'm not a huge Python fan either. I mean, I got a lot of hang-ups, but it's mostly just because like I've not had great experience. I find like semicolons and stuff really helpful. It's like all visual stuff with me too. So like this is the Reflex framework. It was pretty easy to get spun up though. Like it was okay. I could handle it. And there was a lot of templates, there's a lot of support. Like you could basically go, yeah, if I wanted to like build a web page, like you could do it really easily. And it worked really well with our SDKs, and the open feature SDKs. So it was good. DX was good. They have a cloud option, as every framework does now. Thanks, Vercel. What else? What was the next one? So I did Reflex. Love them to like get into the end. Oof. I did Haskell, synchronized measurement equipment to work together. Python would have been an easier experience, probably. Did I talk about YASOD yet? I did YASOD, but I'll get to that. So I did Laravel Livewire. Livewire is just a Laravel tool. So technically I was doing Laravel again, but it's Laravel Livewire. I did Tiny HTTP, which is Tiny HTTP, which is like a low. No, it's not that one. Tiny HTTP. There it is. It's like this very like a drop-in replacement for Express. Just got less overhead. It was a good experience. Again, super simple, easy to use. Could just use our JavaScript SDKs. It was awesome. Very, very smooth. I would recommend it if you're looking to try out a new framework in JavaScript. Let's share this tab. And I did Cherry Pie. So again, I went back to, I did a lot of Python recently, actually. Cherry Pie is just a really simple web framework in Python, worth checking out. Then I went more interesting because I had somebody come on that was like a Haskell developer, and they were like, hey, you should use this like YASOD framework. And I was like, what is YASOD? And YASOD is the tree of life in Jewish philosophy. But it is this. It's a web framework built in Haskell. Was it a fun experience? I cannot recall. I don't think it was. I feel like this one was a lot of installation, like a lot of things, because like there's no way you have Haskell installed on your device. So like it took a while to install, but I don't remember. This one, it didn't leave a good or bad memory. Hold on, let me share this tab. It's like I'm watching it here. I don't remember actually. Oh, I remember because I like needed. Oh, I remember what I did. Was it a fun experience? Answer pending. Yeah, was it a fun experience? No, it was not. As I'm like going through here, I'm like, I recall that this was not fun because I ended up trying to like spin up. Oh yeah, okay. So this was the thing. So there was no SDKs. There's no SDKs written for Haskell. So you basically need to like make an external API call to like a feature flag management system, like a DEVCYCLE or a different one. And I was like, I don't want to deal with like writing that process. And I was like, oh, is there an easier way for me to do this? And it did not work out well. I feel like this was another one where it's just like, wow, I'm definitely not a Haskell developer. And there's me searching up, calling a REST API from YASOD handler. Maybe it was successful though. I don't know. I feel like it was not successful. The fact that I'm like 2 hours into this stream and I'm looking on like Stack Overflow and stuff for the answer, it tells me that I probably was not successful. Yeah, true that. True that. All right, so that was Yasad. What was next? Flutter. I did Flutter. Flutter was fun. I was okay. It was the first time I'd done any like iOS app development. Thank God I had like a halfway decent computer, because otherwise it would have been rough. But that was, yeah, it was kind of a fun experience. So, and I got it working, if I recall. Did I? Yeah, I did. Because I'm in DEVCYCLE, which means I did something right. Grabbing stuff. What did I get it to do? I should always just listen to the end of these to know if I was successful or not. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got it to call it because I was able to like grab. Yeah, I was. It worked. I remember now. Yeah, it worked. It was fine. I wouldn't develop an iOS app necessarily right away, but using Flutter. But it was good to know you could. I could develop whatever kind of app I wanted, I guess. That was that. And then I did Blazor. So .NET and me are definitely not friends. Holy moly. C#, no, thank you. I hit the struggle bus with this one. This one was like, this was rough. I don't know why. I don't know what it was about this, but like I could not look at the glasses, even like my hair, everything was off that day. Yeah, not a .NET fan. I'm sure it's great if you know what you're doing, but I found Blazor like really, really hard to deal with, and I definitely was not successful on the stream. This was a bad stream, actually. Not a bad stream, but like not an incredibly successful one. And then Astro. So this I will say, Astro, freaking fantastic. This is another JavaScript. It's another JavaScript framework, but like it's so good. Like if you're ever going to develop a web application, use Astro. Like just use it 100%. Use it. It's really good. DX is spectacular. Just works. Yeah. It's so true. I love that. You're like on fire with your feedback tonight. Your comments are just killer. Unidentifiable. I have sensitive skin. I ended up bruised and cut after working with C#. Lots of sharp edges. It's so true. But yeah, I loved Astro. There's like a clip of me at the end of this stream basically being like, Astro is spectacular and I love it. And like also Statamic, because it's like a Laravel based headless CMS. Ow. Oh, ow. Ow. Just like scratch something too hard. It's not a good idea. And apparently I have sensitive skin too. Goodness. Ow. Astro. JS. Astro.build, that's it. Yeah, it's just, oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, I cannot say enough good things. I mean, if you're building a content-driven website, like it's very good, but if you're not, then maybe not. But I did love it. And then, was that my last one? Yeah, I think it was my last one. That was my last stream that I did. So a lot of them in here. So like, obviously I've fallen a little bit more in love with JavaScript over the course of this time. Definitely not .NET C#. I could handle Flutter, it was okay. Haskell, struggle bus. Python stuff was good. Again, JavaScript was fine. PHP was good. Python was fine. Nim was a struggle bus as well. Ruby was a struggle bus. This was fine. Play did okay. Hono was great, another good JavaScript one. Mithra was okay, even though I don't love kind of the structure, the syntax. Ember was good, even though I didn't think it was. Loved Mojolicious. I thought Mojolicious was amazing. Lol code was lol. Docusaurus was okay. Chrome ad blocker was fun. I should eventually continue that one. Gorebel was good. I did like that one. CLI stuff was fun. Alpine.js I love. Kubernetes was interesting just to do it. Yeah, I don't agree. I like having like less guardrails when I do web development, but like there's like certain guardrails you should have, but there's some that I like, especially when I'm just trying to build something out there. Solid.js was fun. Obviously one signal on a web framework, but it was fun. HTMX was good. These are old ones, so these are like over a year old. So, but yeah, I think definitely top of my list recently. Astro was awesome. Really loved that. Really liked Tiny HTTP as well. Didn't like Ruby on Rails. Hono was good. Ember was good. Modulicious. I think those are the ones that are kind of the top for me. I'd love to know what your top frameworks are, because this isn't all about me. It's all about you guys. But we are nearly at the end of our stream for today. I normally only go for like 2 hours, but I love that everybody has stuck around for so long. And since you're here, if you didn't see, I have my like Star Trek themed background because I wrote a blog post and I'm trying to get people to vote, but it might be over. The poll might be done. Hold on. x.com/DevCycleHQ. Is it done? Oh, the final result. Nobody voted. Oh, you can't see this. So like I did that. Oh, you can't see it still. So I made this blog post and it was on like building an AI co-pilot with Star Trek and Star Wars. I did one on Star Trek. My good friend Jim did one on Star Wars. Jim won. That makes me really sad, but also it's a good app and he does a very good Yoda. So maybe he should win, but I want you people to vote for me, but it's all right. You voted for the fandom for which you are a part, and I'm okay with that. It very much is. It very much is from a game background. The only reason that you can't see it is because like the name hides it. So I don't even know if I'm allowed to use this on stream, but I'm using it anyways because it's awesome. It's fantastic. Like it's such a cool background. But it's from an old Star Trek game. Yeah. So I think with that, we're gonna call it for today. And for anybody who's here and has been watching for a while and has been around the scene, I have a bit of an announcement today too. This is actually going to be my final stream with DevCycle because I'm actually starting a new role next week. You'll still be seeing me, but it'll be in some different places. But don't worry, there'll still be lots of content that's coming out on the DevCycle channels. Does It Toggle is still going to be around. DevTools and DevCools is going to still be around. Might be a little bit quiet for a little while. But yeah. And so I really just want to say from everybody that is part of the DevCycle crew, thank you all for being here. And watching our content. If you are a viewer, we all appreciate it. I mean, it means a huge amount. So thank you for being awesome. And personally, I just want to thank everybody who gives up hours of their week to come and listen to me talk and teach them something. I hope that this is valuable for you. I hope that you're getting something out of the streams that I do and that they're helping you kind of just understand some of these technologies a little bit more, or at least see somebody struggle through it. And for people, especially like casual, who I know is probably still lurking around here somewhere, thank you for being a super fan and for showing up to these streams week in, week out, hanging out with me, hanging out with Will, hanging out with all the other guests that are on here. It's super special to have folks like you that are out there that are part of our community. And I'm just so incredibly, I feel so incredibly lucky that I've been able to stream and work with you. So, so thank you so much. Please stick around, follow all of the people on all the channels. If you want to stay in touch with me or with anybody else, I'm still going to be over on the DevCycle Discord. Here's how you can join us. Just bit.ly/DevCycle-Discord. If you want to kind of drop around and hang out or stay in touch, that's where you'll be able to find me as well as all of the other awesome folks here at the DevCycle community. So with that, I will do my final sign off here on the DevCycle channel. I will say thank you all so much for watching. You are the greatest community that's out there. I feel so lucky to have been a part of your community for the last 2 years. And while I may not see you around the DevCycle community, I really look forward to seeing you around the global internet community and maybe in person sometime soon. So from all of us to all of you, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.